Hello Libra, and welcome to your general reading for the month of April. This is a reading for the Libra collective, and as such, the messages today may not resonate with everyone who is watching. What we'll be doing today is we'll be pulling two oracle cards, and for that I am using Secrets of the Mystic Grove, and then we'll move on to tarot, and the tarot deck that I'm using is The Field. Now, if you would like to have input every month on the deck that is used, please consider subscribing. It is my understanding that when we reach 500 subscribers, I get access to a community tab, and then I could run polls and give the viewers a choice as to which deck they would like used. Sort of like a viewer's choice, so to speak. If that's not your thing, that is okay. I appreciate your viewership. So, all of that being said, let's move on to your reading. So again, we are looking for messages for the month of April for Libra. Oh, and there they go. Two cards came out onto the floor. Okay. First card we have is winning, succeeding, victory, outcomes. Now, Libra, I believe in several of your past readings, we've been talking about you having a lot of success as far as your career and your academics go. So this is just further confirmation of that you have your heart set on something, you've been working very hard towards something, and you are destined to win. You're on the right path. Now, what this card also indicates is to not just win for the sake of winning, but to stop and smell the roses. We can see here that both the individual and the bird are very fixated on something, and she is holding on to the mallet very, very tightly. In fact, the knuckles are turning white. So there is this determination, this all win at all costs, but at the same time, what gets lost when you're strictly fixated on one thing? And this could apply to relationships as well. Perhaps you're fixated on someone who may not be reciprocating what you feel for them. And in the midst of being fixated on that person, you're losing sight of those around you who could be a better fit for you, who might be more on the up and up with you about their emotions and their feelings. So while this card indicates winning, it also indicates take a pause, reflect. Do you really want to win at all costs? What are you willing to lose to get what you want? That is card number 29 for those who are interested in the numbers. And the second card that we have for you, Libra, is card number 25, and that is release, letting go, freedom, and healing. Now, in this card, we see an individual who is holding on to a bird, to what appears to be a swan, and the swan may be injured, and this person may have offered them healing. And in the process of doing so, the swan became part of the individual. We can see here on this individual's shoulder, it looks like they're developing a wing as well. It's very hard to delineate where their shoulder piece stops and where the swan begins. Likewise with the barrette in the hair, it appears to be a part of the swan. What this indicates is that sometimes we have to let go of what it is that hurts us. We need to heal. We need to release things and to heal. And by doing so, we're offering ourselves freedom. So in this case, the individual is holding on to the bird. But when the individual releases the bird will have freedom after having achieved some healing. The bird can only be free after the individual lets go. And that applies to you as well, Libra. There might be things that you are carrying with you emotionally that you need to release in order to be free. You might be chained to certain people or to certain emotions because you just haven't let them go. You just haven't reconciled that it's time to put those things away. Now, you might be dealing with some very traumatic memories. You may be dealing with hurts that others have caused you, deep emotional hurts. And it's very difficult for you to release those, but it's only when you do that you will achieve healing. And after you release those things, that's when you'll have this winning that this card talks about. So with release, with letting go, with healing comes winning. And we'll pull some tarot just to clarify everything further. I will put this here for you. Let me just move these up. Okay, Libra, so let us move on to tarot. And let's try to make sense of what it is that needs to be released specifically. What it is that you need to heal from. And what are you looking at winning? Oops. Okay, cards falling down. Okay. So Libra, let's take a look. 3 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. The Tower. 6 of Cups. 3 of Swords. 2 of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. Heavy on the Pentacles here. So we have 3 cards of Pentacles, 2 cards of Cups, 2 cards of Swords, and 1 major arcana card. So Libra, what I see here is that, as previously mentioned, everything insofar as work, career, academics is going very well, exceptionally well. You are on the right path and you will soon reap those rewards. Now, what we haven't talked about in previous readings very much, at least I don't think that we have, is relationships or your emotions or your romantic life. And what I see here is the romantic aspect of your life has not been going as well as the career, finances, academics, etc. have. In fact, you have experienced a great deal in this area, Libra. Libra, the issue with you is that you are very open-hearted. When you meet a person, when you get into a relationship, you wear your heart on your sleeve. You fall quickly and you fall hard. You fall fast for the person. The other individual never doubts where you stand. They know, you're clear. You don't play games where matters of the heart are concerned. And yet, you have not experienced much lasting success in this area. Libra, you have been hurt by others quite a lot. There's one person in particular who you thought was your person. You thought this was your person. And yet, despite everything you did, it did not work out. At least for the time being, it did not work out. And what happens to you, Libra, is that when there is a fallout with someone, it hurts you greatly, but then you explore other options, but you explore them just to get your mind away from what it is that happened with your person of interest. You then start spreading yourself too thin. And what happens is these other individuals are quick to recognize that and quick to exploit that. So as a result, Libra, you have been hurt multiple times by multiple people. Your heart is too open. Your heart is too pure. And you allow people in sometimes because you are hurt. You allow people in thinking that they will be kind of like the salve to your wounds. And what they do instead is that they make those wounds deeper. And then you find yourself in this vicious cycle of trying and feeling dejected and hurting, and then once again trying to open up to someone, it's the wrong person, etc. Your sorrow and your grief sometimes allows you to stick around with the wrong person for too long a time. Now, this one individual who broke your heart in particular, were they really your person, or is it just that they weren't as awful as the others? Maybe their flaws were less, and therefore you thought that they were the best option. It's not that they didn't have flaws, but compared to everyone else, you thought, oh, this person's great, this is my person. When in fact, maybe they were not, or at least in that point in time, they were not. I see here lots of sorrows in the past. Again, from one person in particular, but because of your habit and because of how you try to recover, lots of multiple sorrows. Libra, you need to release that cycle. You need to release the attachment that you sometimes have on people. You are both the injured bird, but you are also the one who is holding back the injured bird, in other words, yourself, and allowing it from soaring. Libra, you have an open heart. And because of that, you have taken a lot of harsh hits. And those harsh hits have affected your psyche. And they've affected the way that you process relationships and interactions. And sometimes those lines get blurred and it's hard to distinguish of who's the appropriate person, who's the right person for you, and who is not. It's hard for you sometimes to distinguish between what is a healthy interaction and what isn't. You need to take the time to heal from all this, to heal from all of these hurts that have happened to you. You hold a lot of things inside, Libra. Sometimes you don't express. Yes, you'll express, you'll cry, etc. But you don't express the profound impact that some of these hurts have had on you. And again, you are phenomenal at being able to separate your romantic life and all of those hurts with your job, career, finances, etc. Because you are soaring and you are excelling in that area, but you are suffering in the other. You're really good about making your money, getting yourself organized, being at your job, performing, etc. But when it comes to this matter of the heart, you struggle. In order to win, in order to gain independence, change is needed. And that change comes in the form of this release that is in our oracle card. You need to release these hurts. It doesn't mean you forgive. It doesn't mean you forget. But you need to release them so that you could start fresh and be able to be discerning and be able to decipher that when somebody approaches you, if they're the right person or not. You become vulnerable, and this allows other people to exploit this. Again, there is one person in particular who has hurt you, and this has set off a chain reaction. Because then you're seeking this emotional fulfillment from people who are not appropriate for you, Libra, and who are exploiting your vulnerability. So Libra, it is very important to pause, to heal, to focus on yourself and your emotional well-being the same way that you're focusing on your finances and on your career. Divert some of that energy to yourself and to your heart. Because once you heal, once you get over this, that's where the winning comes in. That's where all the winning comes in every facet of your life. Every facet of your life. Do not allow others to take from you what is the most valuable, and do not allow others to wear you down because they are playing games. Come to a situation whole, and when you come to a situation whole, you will be able to know if the other person is doing the same thing. But for now, Libra, it is absolutely necessary that you pause, you retreat, you do a bit of introspection, a bit of an internal audit, and see why this is, why the romantic aspect of your life is not moving along the same way that other aspects of your life are. Again, it's because you're healing from all of these hurts, but you need to pause, be introspective, heal, and become whole, so that you're bringing 100% of yourself to a situation where the other person is bringing 100% as well. Now, this one person who hurt you may come around, they may come back in the picture for sure. But in the meantime, don't allow all of these other people in the interim to chip away at you. Because that is exactly what is happening. You're devoting energy, emotional energy to them. When you know deep in your heart that these individuals, that you're kind of almost using as a rebound, as a recovery, you know that these individuals won't be in the picture for a long time, and yet you're still investing emotional energy, and that emotional energy should be invested in yourself so that you could level up in this area of your life as well. You can do it, Libra. It's just going to take some time. Just going to take some time. But I think that this month is a turning point. I think this month is a turning point where you're starting to recognize this and where you'll be able to start doing the work that is necessary for this type of growth. So that is what I have for you, Libra. Thank you so much. Until next time.